Okay, if you just won the lottery, congratulations. Now, before anything else, I need you to take a breath. Nothing needs to happen today, and nothing needs to be decided right now at this moment. You see, most people think the hard part of winning the lottery is deciding what to do with the money. In reality, the hardest part comes before that. It's knowing which decisions to delay, because a few early choices quietly shape everything that comes later. So what I'm going to walk you through today is a simple system for what to do after winning the lottery. It's practical, and each step makes the next one easier. So let's start with the only thing that truly matters on day number one, and that's the ticket. You see, a lottery ticket is the entire prize. Without it, nothing else exists. So the first thing that happens is the ticket gets signed. Not tomorrow, not later, immediately. And here's how to do this properly. Sign the back of the ticket in ink. Use your legal name exactly as it appears on your identification. This simple act establishes ownership and prevents anyone, and I mean anyone else, from claiming the prize if the ticket is lost or stolen. Then copies are made, photos, scans. Redundancy here actually matters a lot. And store these images in separate secure locations. Your phone, a computer, cloud storage with strong passwords. Create physical photocopies as well. If something happens to the original, these copies won't allow someone else to claim the prize, but they will allow you to prove you once possessed the winning ticket, which becomes important if disputes arise. And the original ticket goes somewhere secure and out of the way. Not in a wallet, not in a drawer, somewhere it won't be handled casually. Now, you might be thinking, Karan, this is paranoia, this is too much. But this is recognizing that a small piece of paper now represents a life-changing amount of money. Now, the next thing that shows up when you win the lottery is attention. Money changes how people behave, even people you trust, even people who mean well. And once information spreads, it doesn't really stop spreading. So early on, disclosure stays extremely limited. Professionals only, people who are legally required to keep things private. No friends, no family, no I just want your opinion conversations. And that might feel uncomfortable. You may want to share the news with someone close to you. Here's what happens when you do. Word travels. People cannot hold a secret. Someone tells someone else who tells someone else. And suddenly, you're receiving calls from people you haven't heard from in years. Distant relatives appears. Acquaintances have business proposals. The requests start before you've even had time to think about this. And if public disclosure is required, only what's required is shared. You see, some states allow lottery winners to remain anonymous. Others require names to be made public. If your state requires disclosure, provide exactly what the law mandates, and once again, nothing more. No interviews, no photographs, no statements about your plans. The less additional information exists in the public record, the better. Because you know it, once people can reach you, expectations form, and those expectations create pressure. So instead of being the first point of contact, professionals step in. Lawyers, accountants, they receive the messages. They slow conversations down. They filter what actually needs attention. So you want to hire an attorney experienced in sudden wealth. Someone who has worked with lottery winners, inheritance recipients, or others who come into large sums of money very quickly. You bring on a certified public accountant or a tax specialist, someone who understands the specific implications of lottery winnings. As I mentioned, these professionals become a buffer. When someone wants to reach you, they go through proper channels. This isn't about being cold-hearted or distant. It's about creating the space you need for good decisions. Now, at this stage, nobody is investing money yet. Nobody is choosing funds, and nobody is making plans. The goal here is simple. It's to protect your time, protect your focus, and keep decisions calm. Now, once that structure is in place, it's time to talk about the part everyone wonders about: taxes. Lottery winnings are treated as ordinary income. So federal tax applies immediately. State tax may apply depending on where you live and where the ticket was purchased. And because these are large numbers, most winners fall into the highest tax brackets. So what that means in practice is this: The advertised price is not the amount you keep. In many cases, after federal and state taxes, the amount that actually lands with you is closer to half. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Now, the federal government will take its share, currently up to 37% for the highest bracket, and your state might add another 0% to 10% depending on where you live. So when you see a jackpot advertised as 100 million, understand that the actual amount you'll have access to after all taxes could be 50 million or 60 million. Still life-changing, but different from the headline number. Now, this isn't a problem. I'll take 50 million, 100 million right now, but it's just a fact that needs to be understood early. Withholdings usually happen when the prize is paid, but withholding is often lower than the final tax bill. So part of the money is immediately set aside for taxes that will be due later. This is one of the easiest ways, and I mean easiest, to avoid stress down the road. So your accountant or your tax strategist will calculate the precise amount. That money gets separated immediately and placed somewhere safe and accessible. When tax season arrives, you're ready. No scrambling, no selling assets at bad times to cover an obligation you should have anticipated. Only now does the actual claim decision matter. Will you be choosing the lump sum or annuity? These choices will affect how income is recognized over time and how much flexibility exists later. So let's go through them. The lump sum gives you everything at once, minus taxes. The annuity spreads payments over years or decades. Each has advantages depending on your situation, your discipline, your age, and your plans. And some states allow you to claim through a trust or legal entity, which can provide further privacy. Now, the team you set up will make sure you choose the right option. Now, after the money is received, the next move is intentionally boring. And the boring part is that you move the money. It's not invested aggressively and not committed to anything exciting. They're placed, that money, in low-risk liquid accounts. You see, the goal here isn't growth yet. The goal here is stability. And at that same time, tax reserves stay untouched. That way, nothing has to be sold later to cover a bill. So you got your team, you got the money, and once everything is parked, then the pressure now drops again. This is where something many people skip becomes very useful, and that's simply a pause, a break, a moment to reflect. So for a period of time, nothing major should change. No big purchases, no moves, no lifestyle upgrades, nothing. Now, after that, and only after that, generosity can enter the picture. Giving money without a plan tends to create confusion over time. Some people have different expectations. You have repeated conversations about what was given and how much you should give. So you set rules first. And in many cases, giving through assets instead of cash works better because the underlying amount stays intact. Now, once giving is out the way, the attention returns to what remains. Ongoing expenses are planned around income generated from assets, not the balance itself. That small adjustment there makes things easier if circumstances change. But now we can get to the fun part. What do you decide to actually buy? For yourself, to have a great time, to live your best life, the house you want, the car you want. You see, following this sequence keeps things calm, manageable, and flexible as your situation settles. You didn't just win money, you actually gained options. And handled in the right order, those options stay open. So go ahead and give this video a like so more people see it. And let me know in the comments what you would do with your money. Would you put any constraints, any rules, any boundaries on the money? And with that, my name is Karan, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.